the season, bowl positioning, playoff spots, all on the table if only you find a way to win. Welcome to the home of the Florida State Seminoles, Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. As we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the Pittsburgh Panthers, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollock from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Seminoles will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it out. It's Hicks. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. So Pittsburgh's offense will get the football first. When you get to this point in the season, Jesse, and you're in the Heisman Trophy race like this guy is, every decision, every play, every move will be magnified today.
No question this guy has the numbers, but what he's also had is Heisman moments in big games with a lot of people watching. He has stepped up, and he's played his best football from the quarterback position. And, David, I think that's the biggest key now here at the end of the season for him, determining whether or not he can win the trophy.
And we're voters, Jesse, right? That's what we look for. Like, were you big time when your team needed the most, when you played great competition? And so far, he's checking all the boxes, man. He's been elite of elite. Finishing the season strong right here could be the final cherry on the Sunday.
The Panthers want to move quickly. Looking downfield, it's Holstein. Working the middle. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
And he shows you the arm right there, but I tell you what, I've been impressed with this young man and his ability to do both. Rush, throw, lead a team, put up huge numbers in the top 10 in total TDs running and passing. And this dude very much in the Heisman race. He's had a great season. He can do a little bit of everything.
The give to the tailback. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. This crowd full of throat, spreading the eardrums and letting him know it's going to be a long day. Got it set up on the outside. Oh, he's got some space. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Pitt will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. So Florida State's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. We've had our eye on this guy for most of the season, and what a weapon he is. He is making a charge for the Heisman Trophy. And, David, I don't really think many would argue with it.
No, because it's been crazy. He's been the focal point of this offense, and he continues to deliver week after week. He's a superstar, putting up big numbers, carrying his team on his back. Jesse, that's a tough spot to do that for a whole year because of the physical pounding. It's been tremendous so far.
Yeah, can he keep it up is the question. And I think when I think back to the first half of this college football season, I think a lot of the most memorable moments and the best highlights have been this guy, right? He has shown up for his football team. He's done incredible things. Can he do that now in the second half of the season and make that Heisman push?
The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
These are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. You don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired. But you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team. Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Fires on the move. Looking for the goal line. Takes it all the way down to the floor after making the grab, and they're set up.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Running play to the left here, looking for the end zone. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. The coach has to be happy with that.
Dropping back, it's Holstein. It's complete on the right side. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Hit right back to the line. To the air on 2nd down. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Now they'll run the draw. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Pitt will have to boot this one away. 2nd time today they've been forced to punt. Makes the catch at the midfield logo. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Got him downfield. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the snap, it's Davis. He's going to keep it. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking for space. It's Price. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. The Noles trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida State. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes with the return. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. Hey, 3 and out the last time they had the ball. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. The give on the option. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
He's picked off and he's thrown a dozen of them.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense put you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They've built a quick double-digit lead now to try to get this offense really humming. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the 2nd period and they try to find a way to answer. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Go straight ahead. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. They're going to run it. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
4th down here. It's still early in the game. I'm not chasing points. Take the field goal, pay this drive off.
And they have analytical cards nowadays that says the exact situation, what the score is, do you go for it or not? Look at the card, make the decision.
To the air, it's Glenn. Buying some time. Looking to the end zone. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. And this is not what they expect in terms of performance from their quarterback. There's been next to zero execution in the passing game. They haven't taken care of the football, and they'll try to get something going, and they'll have to mount a rally.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case in there. They try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Breaks into the open. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. Pitt pushing the pace.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo. Throws to the tight end. Got it in the middle, it's Crawford. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down.
And how about the year he's put together? I mean, he is in the top 10 in passing in college football, obviously. And obviously, we're talking about him for the Heisman. But just a guy you've been able to trust, a dynamic passer, throwing the football all over the yard. This team has been built on him, and he's had an unbelievable season.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Takes it the other way. He's at the Touchdown Seminoles! The defense takes matters into its own hands. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Southern Miss is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Arkansas State. Sun Belt, Fun Belt. And we'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Little touch pass to the receiver. And look, this guy has some serious moves, and he tried all of them and still didn't get loose. Looking to throw, it's Holstein. The screen, he can go. There he goes. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Hicks.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
And the Panthers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. He wants to throw it again. Caught near the sticks. It's Hicks. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
And this offense is built around this dude. I mean, he is sensational. He's been so fun to watch, like play, pitch, and catch, spread the ball around, complete and total command of the offense, and that's why he's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's got a real chance to go to New York and try to win that Heisman Trophy.
To the air on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Thomas. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. The Panthers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. To the air, it's Holstein. He finds a dead spot in the middle. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. They drag him down pretty quickly, but the defense forced a big turnover. And the quarterback just couldn't bring himself to pull the trigger and get rid of the ball, and they knock it free.
So let's give the secondary tons of credit, right, Reese? They were doing an outstanding job in the back end in coverage, not allowing any receivers open, and that's why the QB had to keep holding it and keep holding it. That allowed the pass rush to get to him, and that created the turnover.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Motion from the back. Oh, a double pass. Here comes the heat. Trying to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there. The Seminoles have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Seminoles will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points?
And that's just a timing route. And if I'm a quarterback, and they're going to sit back in zone, when I run those crossers, man, I just wait for that zone window to open up, anticipate it a little bit, chunk that thing, and let my receiver do the rest of the work.
Got out of trouble and throws. Finds his big tight end. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. Trying to barrel in. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on 1st down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw, it's Holstein. Touchdown, Panther! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Well, needless to say, they needed that touchdown. They're down by a lot of points here in this game, and finally something goes right for them offensively. They put the drive together. They score here at the end of the first half. Now, in the second half, they need a lot more of this, and they're going to have to go tempo. They're going to have to stay aggressive, but maybe this gives them the confidence they need to stage a comeback. We'll see.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Throws it back. Trying to make magic with his feet. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Oh, maybe a double pass. Going to try to get it himself. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Well, it's a nice job by the receiver getting out of bounds to save some clock. You're probably out of field goal range, so you're thinking Hail Mary here at the end of the first half.
He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, it should come as no surprise we have ourselves a fun matchup in Tallahassee. And it's been an absolute clinic in fundamental defensive football so far. A total standoff with both teams refusing to give an inch. And I know this new era of football is about chucking it all over the yard and just outscoring the other team. But this game is a throwback, and to be honest, it's refreshing. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Doak Campbell Stadium.
it away to crank up the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. He'll start the third quarter with the run. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Still looking on the move. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Got it in the middle. It's cheap. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target.
It's a running room at the 20. Touchdown, goal! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
How about this? These guys are going for 2. Scanning the field, it's Glenn. Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2 as they extend the lead.
Gotta love the execution. Not easy to throw down here, but the quarterback made a good read, accurate throw, and they come away with 2 points.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's gone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Grabbed over the middle, it's Hicks. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
You hate giving up that play if you're the DB on this one because you're playing man coverage, you're trying to defend a slant route, you've taken the inside away. That's where your leverage is. You'll allow anything to happen to the outside. You're trying to funnel the receiver to the boundary. You just cannot let the receiver beat you to the inside.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. Pitt will line up to punt it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
How about the defense trying to slow this dude down? He's a Heisman contender for a reason. He's so difficult to tackle, and what a challenge. All week long, they knew that they had to key on this guy and really try to at least limit him if they were going to win.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking for a man, it's Glenn. Here's the pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that 2nd down incompletion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Caught, close to the marker, it's Robinson. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Looking downfield on 1st down. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Laterals it back. Here's a heat. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Florida State. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Getting set for the point after. And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Southern Miss is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage today, but they still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by 7 over Arkansas State. Anything can happen down the stretch here in the Sun Belt. It's why we're here to keep you posted, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Motion from the wide receiver. With jet sweep pass. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Grabbed behind the line, it's Ray. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
The Panthers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Caught over the middle, it's Thomas. Plows through the defense. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs. Snagged in the middle, it's Hicks. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Bunch formation for these receivers. To the air, it's Holstein. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And if this offense wants to get back in the football game, it starts up front. Like, they've got to do a better job of protecting their quarterback. A 3rd down and long situation coming up, they'll have another opportunity. They got to keep their quarterback upright.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. Pitt will have to boot this one away. They'll have to punt for the 4th time today. Makes the catch at the 30. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Here's the thing. I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success when they've given him chances so far in this game. And in the 3rd quarter, you're getting a little nervous, I think, if you're the head coach, because he's a guy you need to have success if you're going to win.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He now has 79 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
That'll be enough for the 1st down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on 3rd downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
Leaves it with the back. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. 3rd down, and they'll need to get the ball to the 38-yard line. Wants to throw. It's Glenn. A strike downfield. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
That is going to drive this defensive coordinator nuts. A lot of DCs, they focus a ton of energy on how their unit performs on 3rd down and in the red zone. If this defense gives up a couple more 3rd down conversions like that, they're going to be in for a very...
Turning it on. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles. Oh, that may be in, and then strolled into the end zone for the score. They put another one on the board here in the 4th quarter, and how about this team? Just a lone blemish on the resume and about to go to 10-1.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the Oak.
And the extra point is good. That touchdown drive covered 61 yards. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Using his legs, it's Scott. Runs for the tackle. He's stuffed after picking up one to the 23.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys?
And the pressure was too much. the 15.
And how about this offense, man? It's been a rough day. You're getting beat down. You're trying to find some kind of momentum late in the game to build something off of, and you give up another sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the 4th quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and they're getting after it, as you saw it on that sack there.
Pitt will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. First down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The Seminoles are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, the power run here. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. And the Noles are on the move. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Dropping back, it's Glenn. Trying to find the end zone. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week in the American, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Charlotte has dug itself a hole today, and I don't think they're climbing out of that puppy. Huge interest in this game, and they have rolled over. They're trailing by 28 to North Texas. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Wants to throw on 1st down. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. And the quarterback just ran out of time there, and they were able to knock it
got to do a great job keeping two hands on the football, especially in passing situations like that, because you know defenders are swatting at the ball. Even if you can't see them, these guys, they're 6'5", 6'6", they've got long arms. They're trying to rip and tug away and get that ball out of your hands. The QB will learn from this play. He's got to do a better job with his fundamentals.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know a lot's went wrong.
And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Coming out with it, it's Goff. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field, and this outing is one this junior signal caller would prefer to forget. The passing game's really been ineffective. They just haven't been able to generate explosive plays. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Looking downfield, it's Lynch. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. The play-action fake.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disrupted. They've been all over the field.
Pitt will have to boot this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Wants to go up top on first down. Looking to scramble. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted for the 11th time. He was thinking big return. Didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today. And I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation.